All right. Welcome to another Woods Report.
Happy Friday.
Who thank God. No, we always say thank God it's Friday.
Yep.
Thank God it's Friday. Friday. Remember that movie? Friday. That must be a 70s movie. You don't remember that movie?
No.
Do y'all remember that? Thank God it's Friday. That's an old movie.
That's a show?
Let me see. Thank God it's Friday.
Wow.
That's an old movie. Yeah, thank God it's Friday. Friday. 1978 disco song. That's an old.
Sure remember that.
You probably remember, but you just don't.
Yeah, maybe I need to hear it.
Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old one. And I remember that, and that was 78, and I'm young. I was, 10?
I know. I guess I have to hear more of it or actually hear it versus you singing it.
So a lot going on today. A lot going on.
And we've been down for a few days, so.
Well, one day or two. We only missed one day. Yesterday we had police
No, you
citizens.
missed another day too because you put a thing up.
No, I meant, but we was only not here yesterday.
Okay, so we missed another day? Tuesday, I think it was. Monday. I think it was Monday.
We missed whatever.
Monday.
And then we missed yesterday. Yesterday we had the Police Citizens Academy class.
An update from there.
And let's go.
Did you see the video too of yourself?
No, I look stupid.
I showed the whole thing though, so it was the 3 scenes.
I know, but I looked huge.
You told me to videotape you. What was I supposed to do?
I'm not gonna put that
Photoshop you thinner. Cameras don't lie.
I know, that's why I'm not putting that out there. I looked at that. I said,
"Oh, you said videotape, and you played as the cop. Very good scenarios.
So do I look that big in real life?
I do too. It adds 10, 20 pounds. If we're already huge on camera, we're more huge. Is it what a such
You're supposed
word
to be less
huge? Is a such word as huger?
You're supposed to be not as big in person.
But if you wanted to talk a little bit about that, you played 3 scenes.
I'm saying on that, do I look like that in person?
I thought you looked yourself. I didn't.
So that means I look like that.
Well, I didn't play it back. I think while I had you on camera, I didn't look at, oh my gosh, she looks huge. But when you play it back, a lot of times it's like, oh, I didn't realize that I was that. That's how I look.
We did, what is it when you role play?
Role playing.
And I played the cop in the class in 3 scenarios.
Yes.
And in all 3 scenarios, I either got killed or I killed somebody that wasn't supposed to be killed.
Playing the police officer.
I show up. Now you tell you guys in the comment section, tell me what you would do. I show up.
One scene, right?
This the first
One
scene.
scenario.
I show up. We get a phone call that there's a suspicious man, and he's at a house. This lady calls in and says, "There's a suspicious man walking around my house. I've heard him try to open my window, and I heard him try to open my doors. They're locked. I need somebody to come." So I show up at the scene as a police officer.
Already being told the background of that story.
Oh, she said, "I'm not sure if it's my boyfriend." She wasn't sure. She said he had on a hoodie, but I'm not sure. So right there, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's her boyfriend or not. So I don't want to come in there with guns blazing, and it's her boyfriend. She's not sure.
Okay.
So maybe he's trying to get in. Maybe he left his key or something. I don't know, whatever. So I show up and I'm walking. I didn't walk up to him, but I walked over there and I said, "Excuse me, sir. Please turn around." And he turns around. I said, "Can you take your hoodie off?" He says, "No." I said, "What is your name?" He said, "I don't have to tell you my name."
He was getting smart.
He was getting smart, and I was nice. I said, "Sir, my name is Officer Woods. I'm from blank police department. We got a phone call that somebody's walking around. I need to know who you are and if you belong here. I don't have to tell you nothing."
Got an attitude.
I said, "Sir," I was trying to get stern, "tell me your name and why you're here or I will have to arrest you." I don't have to tell you nothing, and you ain't gonna arrest me. I said, sir. Right then, he pulls out his hands out of his pocket and he shoots me with a gun, a fake gun. Now,
that's the first scenario.
The first thing the police officers told me was, I don't have to walk that close. I don't need to get over there. That's probably why they yell all the way across the street at you when you're doing something. Number two, immediately I should have told him to take his hands out of his pocket. Why are your hands in your pocket?
I need to see both hands. You was dead on the first one.
And when I asked him what his name was and he refused to tell me, right then I should go into very harsh mode.
Combat mode.
That's why they cuss people out. Mm-hmm. Put your blank hands above your mother effing hands and get on the blank ground.
I'm not gonna ask you again.
I'm not gonna MF ask you again. That's when they go into level 2. Where I told them, excuse me, some of y'all do that walking up. You don't go into level 2. You guys come in sometimes cussing and all of that, and you don't have to do that.
So you're going to get all kinds of scenarios.
And so they couldn't disagree with me when I said that. They said each officer is different. There could be an officer
with an attitude.
And one of the officers said, you might have been the 10th person that they had to come over and say, what are you doing? And so they're not going to be nice to you where they was at the first person.
Exactly. To start their day off with their coffee. So that's the first scene. The second
the first scene, I got shot and killed.
Right.
On duty.
He pulled out that weapon and took your life.
The second scene, it was 2 of them.
With hoodies.
And it was in a house that was new. It was being newly built. So nobody lived in it yet. They was building the house. Mm-hmm. And
this probably a weekend.
And they say this happens all the time, which I know it does because people go and steal stuff out of new houses all the time.
Exactly. Pipes and everything.
So there were 2 guys. This was not on the nighttime. It was during the daytime on a Sunday afternoon.
On a Sunday.
2 guys with hoodies on. They always got on a hoodie or something. Mm-hmm. Are walking around the house. The new house that's being built. The neighbors call and say there's 2 guys walking around this house. We don't think they're workers. Why are they out here? Sunday afternoon.
They're suspicious.
It's Sunday.
Activity.
Who's working on a Sunday?
Yeah, we're unsure.
So I get a phone call. Well, this time I'm all into take your hands out of your pocket.
Right.
So I show up at the scene. Excuse me, young man. Why are you out here? And they both have their hands in their pockets.
And then one gives her
attitude again. Take your hands out of your pocket. Mm-hmm. I don't have to listen to you. Man, record
He put his phone on.
So he put his phone out. I can record you. You don't have any right to tell me what to do. We're not bothering nobody.
Right, we're not bothering nobody.
I said, we have a phone call from the neighbors. If you're supposed to do some work here, I need you to let me know who you are.
And you got a little too close, too, as well.
And he said, I don't have to tell you who I am. Mm-hmm. I don't have to say anything. Man, record her. You racially profiling me. I started laughing with the people in the class going, I'm racially profiling you.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get this on film. You tell who are you? I said, I told you who I am. I'm Officer Woods, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. We don't have to listen to you. So then I'm talking to the one with the camera.
And you're alone. Usually they're not alone.
Well, no, not anymore. That's what that.
Well, no, it depends on your area as well. Right. Because her area don't have a lot of cops.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they can't find any cops, so it's not unusual to be in with one cop anymore. Yeah. So I'm concentrating on him. Well, the other guy takes a knife out of his pocket and he kills me.
Right. And see, that's why I was saying in that situation. That's why I asked him in my first class, do you guys call on other police officers from up nearby area? Mm-hmm. Because, let's say, for example.
No, he said they get hundreds of these calls.
Because I wouldn't have gone into that.
Right.
I wouldn't have gone to 2 guys with hoodies.
Yeah, they do.
Because one could pull a weapon out while the other one is talking to you.
Well, the lady told me what she did. She's by herself. Mm-hmm. But then the third one was, I don't remember the scenario, but it was a scenario where it was the guy. And I tell him to take his hands out of his pocket. He takes his hand out of his pocket. He has his phone and I shoot him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he had a gun.
But he was unarmed. Because they do, even in the car, when they're coming to your car and they're on the side of your door, if you reach too quick in the glove compartment, no, I'm saying they don't know.
Right.
That's what they were trying to show. Weapon.
Yeah, that's what they was trying to show.
So you got move slow, sir. Let me know what you're doing. And that's why a lot of times they'll talk you, sir, I'm getting ready to go to the glove compartment and pull out my IDs.
So they went through the whole thing of the best way to not get shot, watch this, is to comply. That's the best way to not get shot. If you listen to what the police officer tells you and follow instructions. I mean, I told them that doesn't always work either, but they said 90 whatever percent.
You got to do.
Most officers aren't trying to come out and shoot somebody during the day,
even if they are racial profiling.
Now you might get some that's crazy or that don't like you or whatever. Yeah. But they was and I agree. We tell this to young black boys and black people.
And men of color.
You do better just listening and complain later. At least you live.
Thank you.
She said, even the police officers, she said that. If you think the cop was racist or he was mean or he was rude or he profiled you, get through the thing first.
Yes.
Then you can go to the police station, go write a letter, do protests, do all of that. But your thing is you want to get home. Comply as much as you can without them doing anything.
Because if you think about, look at some of these old cowboy movies. A lot of the cowboy movies was pretty much, you got a gun, I got a gun.
Yeah, the Wild Wild West.
I don't care if you are law or not. Whoever pulls their gun out first,
right, is the winner.
We can't do that no more. And I don't
understand
the mentality of taking on law enforcers. I don't get it.
I was surprised that they were saying how many people, when they pull over, drive off.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking they could be shooting y'all all the time, but they don't.
They got a license plate, right?
That's what that one police officer said. But then if you driving off, you probably doing something illegal.
Right.
So they feel like they got to pursue you.
And it was a while when Kim and I told the story of being a vigilante, chasing someone who almost drove over some kids.
They end up maybe.
What happened was we got involved trying to follow him. Lights turned off. We going through alleys. They park and whatever. We don't see them anymore, but we know the car. Well, you go to court the next day.
The person that
that's the owner of that car. I wasn't in that car.
Exactly.
So you get a lot of that. If they pull off and it may not even still be their car, they may have stolen that vehicle.
Yeah.
A lot of times they figure you can get away because you stole the vehicle.
So then they showed some body cam footage of some cases where the people got off. And we were like, how did they get off? Known gang members, everything. Because maybe they I think he said something 40 times, or I don't remember what it was.
Or he didn't say something.
And he was supposed to say
you're under arrest, or
it wasn't that. It was something else. It was something else he was supposed to say with it or something. And the guy got off. And later on, like in a month or two, he ended up taking someone's life in Mundelein or something. If they would have been able to arrest him then and kept him, then he wouldn't have been able to do that. So it's just a lot of stuff that they was trying to show as police officers. They do have to remember a lot of stuff, and they do have to do things legally, because later on it's going to be a case, and they're going to say whether if that arrest was right or not.
One of the videos that they showed us was a person in the community. You know how most communities have people that are known, or people that they vote their what's the word where you said
we know,
I can't think of the word. Activists. You have your city community activists, where a lot of times you'll see them and they're trying to make sure that justice is done, and whatever situation that may have happened with the police officers and the people in the community, that is fair and whatever. They had showed a video of one of the community activists actually doing kind of like what she did.
He
role play.
And he saw.
And was in situations where cops are always in situations. And he actually saw firsthand.
Well, they gave him the actual role play of the thing he was protesting for.
Yes.
And they said, what would you do? And he was like, I would have shot him.
Oh, my God. He said, I would have shot him. Because they came at me and they threatened me. He threatened me. He was coming at me. What am I supposed to do? Stand there and just let them come at me?
Well, I told the one officer, I said, why don't y'all use y'all stun guns or something more? And they did. I mean, she said that's true. He could have used a stun gun instead of shooting them with a real gun.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the stun guns to still knock them out or stop
Sometimes
them.
they don't work, but I don't know. I don't know.
And how often do you have those situations where a city activist can be put in that position to say, okay, what would you do?
Right.
And they'll go, oh, wow, you're right. Your job is hard.
But it was
you
good.
Don't know.
But it does make you appreciate law enforcement.
It does.
But then on the other side, we was giving them stuff saying, you guys need to understand this too. And so they would understand too. I don't care that you had 10 people or 20 people that you had to deal with before me. Don't walk up to me cussing and yelling at me like that because you're not de-escalating. You're escalating the situation.
Right.
Give me the opportunity to be an a-hole. Walk up to me and say, excuse me, ma'am, why are you here? Let me respond and say, I'm here because my sister won't let me in or blank, blank. Right. But if you walk up to somebody saying, get your blank hands up, no, you might get attitude back and you've escalated.
Exactly. You've already, now like you're saying too, because there's so many people who have had bad situations with law enforcement, family members have had bad situations, friends, what you see on TV, all of that. A lot of times people, they think, and a lot of our class members were saying, why can't you just comply?
Right,
what is wrong? And they were asking the questions out loud. Yeah. Why didn't he just comply? Why didn't she just comply?
They don't understand.
And a lot of times we don't know the adrenaline is high in everybody.
Right.
And you may not think
or
to comply,
last time,
or I don't trust you.
Or the last time I complied, y'all beat the hell out of me.
Exactly. So,
and I didn't even do anything. So that's why. So all of this takes into a thing, which is why I would never want to be a police officer. No. Because I don't want to have to think about all that.
Right.
Every single time I pull somebody over, every single time I don't want to have to think about, am I going to make it out of this?
My sister was nice when she played the cop role. For me, I told her, I said, I wouldn't have been nice.
Right. Especially when he got smart with you.
I would. The fact that you are getting smart with me simply just coming to see.
I said, excuse me, sir.
Who are you?
I said, what's your name? I got a call out here.
Real nice.
What is your name?
Sir, I just need to, do you have an ID or
I
whatever?
don't have to tell you my name.
Right away. Attitude. I would have changed. Oh, excuse me. You're giving me attitude? Look, pal. They called about you in the community.
To be honest with you, the police officers was like that too. They wasn't thinking like me, being nice. Mm-hmm. They was, get your hands out of your pocket. The minute my hand don't come out of my pocket, that's it.
Sir, I'm not going to ask you again.
That's it.
Well, we saw a video of them talking 30 minutes to it.
I'm not talking. That was that one officer. That was that one officer. He was like, sir.
How long do you go to
whereas another officer said, I wouldn't have did that.
I would have broken
that window and yanked him out the car. Yeah. See, each officer is different.
That's true.
They not the same. So you don't know which one you going to get.
Yeah.
If you're going to get the one that talks, that's why they said comply. That's why you saw the people in the class said,
put your hands up, get on the ground.
And if they come at you, which was a lesson for me, if they come at you mad in the beginning, just do what they said, and then you're going to get fired.
Report you.
As soon as this is over, I'm going to report you.
So we're learning a lot too. So, but it is true. Each department has different environments. They all have the same. And then too, we went to, our friend brought that up. Our other classes we've gone to in the other locations was before the Floyd situation and before COVID.
Yeah.
So laws are changing for them.
Police officers are changing.
And I know, and
which is good.
The environment is changing. Unfortunately, some good, some bad.
But they have to have body cam on now, which
all
is good.
The time. Press that button.
That came from George Floyd.
Yes.
And they also can go to jail. That's why that guy was talking for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
He wasn't trying to pull nobody out no car and do all of that.
I got to do things by the book so I won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So that was our class.
Okay.
All right. We did our class. Now, let's say hi. Emerald says salutations, everyone.
Salutations to you too.
Okay. You know what I'm doing when I'm doing this?
What?
My tie.
It'd be nice if you had
straightening my tie.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I'm straightening my tie.
We don't know that, but thank you for
salutations to you too.
Straighten her tie up.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Angel Reese. Now is a WNBA basketball player. She was in the draft.
Chicago.
Now she went from Louisiana, y'all know LSU, and now she's playing for the Chicago Sky. So she went on the internet and she wanted people to give her a new nickname because in Louisiana she was called the Bayou Barbie.
Bayou Barbie.
Okay. So she said, the former LSU star and newest member of the WNBA Chicago Sky posted on X earlier this week that she needed a new nickname now that she's playing in the Windy City and no longer in Baton Rouge. Okay. I need a new name now that I'm in Chicago, laugh out loud. Okay. Something cute that is catchy, like Bayou Barbie. She wrote with both crying eyes emojis.
I wonder if it's some name that's symbolic to Chicago.
I know what it is, but
okay, go ahead.
Well, on Thursday, she revealed that she has her fresh new name, and now she can get rid of the Bayou name. Hey, y'all. Okay. Well, let me tell you one name that people have said. A big rapper here is called Chief Keef, so they was saying she should be Chief Reese.
I don't know no Chief Keef.
She said, "Hey y'all, her new name. This is Shy Barbie."
So that's just location. She's still Barbie.
I want y'all to know, like, I'm still gonna be Bayou Barbie, but I'm now Chicago. So they are basically already inheriting me in Chicago.
Here's the good thing about that. She can keep that Barbie name everywhere she goes.
She said
if she goes to another team, she could be something of that Barbie in that area.
She said she cannot believe the outpouring of love she's getting from Chicago.
Girl, they are ready for her.
She said the love from Chicago is running deep and going crazy. She said, "Y'all, I'm Shy Barbie."
She is a star. They've already sold out.
She's from Baltimore.
Some of the games.
So she said, I can still be Baltimore Barbie.
Yes.
And I still can be Bayou Barbie.
She's Barbie everywhere she goes. In fact, that's going to probably be a name that's going to be trademarked for her.
Yeah. On Monday, they should do a Barbie doll.
Angel Reese.
Basketball
They don't have any
Barbie.
Sports Barbie.
Yes, I think they do.
No, I mean basketball after somebody.
They should do a basketball Barbie.
Angel Reese.
Which is Angel Reese. They probably already doing it. We thinking of saying something.
Okay. Let's see when it comes out.
On Monday, Reese was taken number 7 overall in the draft by the Sky and said she's excited to play for a new head coach. Is no longer Teresa Witherspoon, who played under, she is the coach, who played under then assistant coach Kim Mulkey, now the coach at LSU.
But she's number 7 at LSU.
Yeah. I don't know. No, that's somebody else you're looking at. My conversations were great with Teaspoon. As you know, she was coached by Coach Mulkey. So I kind of thought maybe I'll go there, Reese said Monday night. So she ended up in Chicago.
What was her she has a good number. Reese jersey number
Angel
Reese number at
LSU. She says, nevertheless,
number 10.
Before she gets on the court for her first game, slated May 15th against Dallas, Reese says she has some personal business to attend to in Chicago. She said, I need to get a hairstylist.
You know, they're going to be running to get her, do her hair.
I need my nails done because she's known to have her nails done.
She's Barbie.
And my lashes done. My wax.
She's a glam girl.
She said my facials, everything.
You saw what she had on at the draft.
She said, I need all of that, y'all. So she need asking for help in Chicago.
Oh, Lord.
So I need all of y'all to comment the best places for girlies like me to go.
So many.
She going to go to somebody famous.
Probably. Or somebody who does other famous people.
Go to somebody who does the athletes' wives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We're excited. She has 7. 7 is a good number of completion. So let's see. She's going to wear it well. But she's Shy Barbie now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm excited. Caitlin is on Indiana. Mm-hmm. And that game already is sold out.
And Indiana's right next to Chicago.
It's already sold out. Yep. So they're bringing a lot of
the seasons are sold
positive. They bringing a lot of positivity
to the WNBA.
Yeah. Hopefully, open more discussions with raising their incomes, because these women are bringing attention,
right?
Where they can get a lot of what's the endorsements and so forth. So okay,
I told you I'm gonna find out that stuff you can take with the mind. Comment down below. Emerald, you know.
That's, you forget things too.
I know Emerald knows.
So not just me.
Emerald, you know, because you do the medicine stuff. What's the stuff that they say you can take? It's either herbal or it's vitamins that you take to help your memory. Before dementia and all of that sets in, you're supposed to take it, not after. A friend of mine, they told him for his mom to start taking it. She's
but you didn't
almost
get the
80.
Name of it, huh?
So let us know what that is in the comment section. What it is you take to start helping with your memory before it goes away, gets worse. Okay. Emerald says, when you say salutations, tip your hat. Okay. So instead of me doing the fake tie, I'll do salutations to you too, Emerald.
Yeah, because you got a fake tie.
So I can have a fake hat. Salutations to you too, Emerald. Okay. All right, so there you go. We got a fake hat going on here. That's stale. All right. This guy.
He was truly.
Y'all heard about this guy.
To get on the news, and he did.
Y'all heard about this guy who sets himself on fire outside of the Trump trial? A conspiracy theorist sets himself on fire outside of Donald Trump's hush money trial.
This man is on fire. I know people are making fun of him. Memes.
The man ain't even out of the woodwork yet. People already doing.
I know, they already dogging him.
A man set himself on fire Friday outside the downtown Manhattan courthouse, where Donald Trump is on trial for 34 counts of falsifying business records, according to officials. Officials said Maxwell Azzarello from St. Augustine, Florida, walked into the park across from the courthouse, threw some pamphlets down, and lit himself on fire.
What was the pamphlets? Did they say what they
were? Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Police and the fire department were called to the scene shortly after 1:30 p.m. Bystanders tried to help put the fire out with their coats and fire extinguisher.
Wow.
Azzarello was transported to the New York Presbyterian Cornell Hospital burn unit, where he is in critical condition. There is no further threat to the public safety right now.
So they have no clue right now, other than the pamphlet stuff you're going to talk about?
They believe he came to New York from Florida sometime after April 13th, but his family did not know he was there. Kenny also called the man a conspiracy theorist based on the pamphlets that he dropped, something posted online in relation to the incident. He had went on his social media and posted a video of him talking before he came out to the park and did this. The pamphlets seem to be propaganda based almost like a conspiracy theory type pamphlet. Some information is regard to Ponzi schemes and the fact that some of our local educational institutes are fronts for the mob. So a little bit of conspiracy theory going on there. That's what he said, the investigator. He said the incident was an extreme act of protest. He said he is an investigative researcher and delves into the theories on cryptocurrency, the Silicon Valley bank failure, and various educational institutions. To my friends and family, witness the first responders, I deeply apologize for inflicting this pain upon you, his post read. But I assure you it is a drop in the bucket compared to what our government intends to inflict. That's the pamphlet. So
that again, what was the pamphlet actually?
He just has a conspiracy theory thinking that our educational institutions are fronts for the mob and for other.
He felt that was a moment to do.
He wanted to bring attention to it. That was his protest.
Since all the cameras was on
that stupid Trump trial.
So it's nothing to do with anything else with Trump or anything else.
No.
Just
it says he asked to be identified by first name Dave, but did not want to provide his full name. They told USA Today he was walking by when he heard pamphlets fall to the ground. This is an eyewitness. He had a can and he poured the fluid all over himself. At which point I said, "Oh, I think I'm going to see something bad here." That's what the Dave guy said. And sure enough, the guy pulled out a lighter and the guy lit himself on fire. Somebody else who was an eyewitness said the man saw the man being taken away on a stretcher. His face was completely black, she said.
I'm glad he didn't do anyone else, though. That's the thing. He could have poured stuff on some other people.
I thought about that. People walking up to people pouring stuff on you and setting you on fire.
They've done that. Some people have done it in a car and set someone on fire. Acid. Some people have thrown acid on you. So you don't know where crazy can come from.
Yep. And it was surrounded with police officers. Because of the Trump trial, there was all police officers all there. You can't stop somebody from setting themselves on fire.
Was he trying to take his life, though? Because how are you going to prove yourself? How are you going to take a stand for something and you take your life?
Because he had those pamphlets.
Yes, there's really some mental situation going on with this man.
Yeah.
Really.
So there you go. They're still trying to find out more information.
Real sad. And family members, I'm sure, are like, oh, God.
Watch, they're going to say, oh, he's always had some problems and no one ever talked about it. Or they always find something where they say, oh, he had a problem and then nobody did nothing about it.
No one did anything.
Oh, here it is. Emerald says it's called ginkgo biloba. So write that in your thing.
I heard the ginkgo word before.
Put that in your thing. Ginkgo biloba.
Is that the stuff that your friend was saying?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks, Emerald. So that's the guy who set himself on fire. Now, he was at this man's trial.
Some people wish that things happened to this man.
Sleepy Corleone. They done named him all kind of names.
Oh, no. That's what he get for naming Sleepy Biden.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. B-I-L-O.
Nod Corleone. They call him all kind of names. Well, we have our jury.
And they have extra people too.
In the Stormy Daniels case, where Trump allegedly used campaign money to pay her off to make her be quiet so she wouldn't say nothing about him sleeping with a porn star. It says the end of the jury selection in the Trump trial caps first week as case enters new phase. We thought it was going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks to get the jury.
I know, but you said, you brought up a point that there's one or few of them that are Trumpsters. Or
to me, I consider them. If you go on Truth, his social media platform, and you follow him and you listen to what he say, I think that's a Trumpster. One of the guys said he follows him on Truth.
He doesn't see him as negative. Become a mega, though?
Well, he don't see him as negative the way that he's being portrayed.
So it must be something about him where the other side was saying, okay.
I think this is what I told you. I think that they did that.
He's not extreme like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
They got at least 2 or 3 people on that jury that are not anti-Trump. They might even be pro-Trump, just not mega. And I believe that they allowed that, the prosecutors, because I feel like they want, if they get a conviction, they don't want anybody to say, that's because you had 12 people up there who don't like Trump.
It wasn't his peers.
Exactly.
His peers, meaning people that at least agree with him or like him at some point. So, but I do get it, because you have talked about this on the show. I I don't condemn everybody that likes him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Because there are people who would actually say, yeah, he was wrong when he did that. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. But they still want him to be the commander in chief because of some of his ideals, some of the policies that he'll still stick with, given all the different categories we're all looking at, from migrants to abortion to all of that. And even what he did when he was first in office. So there are people who follow policies as a Republican, very strict, whatever. They looking at that. Mind you, they're not ignoring that he has done some shady stuff, and they will admit it. So we can't say everybody who loves him, supports him, wants him to be in office are whatever.
Right.
That's not fair to say that, because everybody don't like him all the same way. So hopefully these jurors that do follow his platform will look at the law as well and say, I like my boy, but he broke the law.
Well, one guy was saying he could be impartial or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they excused him because they went back and found some stuff that he had posted that was not good. It was anti stuff. So they got rid of him. And then the other juror, that when they say juror number 2, because the media was saying what everybody... Remember you asked why they had to say what everybody's job is?
Yes.
They said what everybody's job was, and her people figured her out. They figured out who she was. She
must have a different job.
Whatever it was, they were saying what she was.
They're trying to do that, though. I don't like when Fox is doing that. They don't need to nitpick every juror and what their job was and what they're wearing. Jimmy Kimmel even said, why you got to say she wearing a purple jacket?
So she started getting text messages and calls from her family and from people to work and say, are you one of the people that's on the jury? So she said she had to excuse herself because she don't think she could be fair and now, because everybody knows who she is.
Right.
And she's afraid too of people threatening her and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So this is like being on the jury for the mafia.
So the judge said he put down a rule saying the media cannot report anymore.
Oh, Fox News, they shutting them down?
They said anybody in the media cannot report where the person works. You can't even say what they look like no more of that.
Okay.
Describing, a heavy set lady, blah, blah, blah. You can't do that. Just
because they was doing it. They were saying one is a school teacher, one is an Asian lady with blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really?
Fox News? They going so far to say you cannot, don't even talk about them. That's kind of what the judge is saying. Be safe and don't talk about who the jurors are.
Y'all didn't do that when we had the O.J. Simpson trial.
Well, that was
I'm just saying. Let's just say the other side didn't like what he did.
Well, they kept saying there was a lot of black people. Remember that?
They said that. They didn't get all nitpicky like they're doing now.
Right.
Why would you, as a news media, even think to tamper with information about jury?
Yeah.
And how important that also tells you how even our media is slipping and sliding on our democracy and the freedom of speech and all of that. They're dipping and dabbing into stuff that they don't need to be saying. Yeah. That's why they got sued. Didn't they get sued?
Well, they got sued. No, they got sued because of the election.
I'm just saying they got
saying that the machines.
No, but what's his name got sued because of what he said.
No,
got the news people in trouble. Yeah. They got the news company in trouble for saying some stuff.
They kept saying that the election
things like
booths
that
were not accurate.
Right. So a lot of lies they spew.
But anyway, he was just pretty much telling them, just leave the jurors' names out your mouth. Don't even mention them. Don't say nothing about them.
No description of them.
Just leave it alone. So already that's the issue. The other issue is stupid Trump. He talking about he want to get up and testify because he has every right to. But they saying if you testify, then they get to bring in, the prosecutors say we get to bring in the cases you lost, which means we get to talk about how you were found guilty and civilly for essaying Eugene Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
We get to talk about how you lost the other case where you lied about your businesses and you owe $500 million because you inflated the property. You're a liar. Mm-hmm. So in other words, the prosecution is saying, go ahead and let him up there, Your Honor, because we want to tell everything this man has done.
So him talking.
So his attorneys are saying, please don't go up there because we don't want the jury to know, all the intricate things of what happened in the other cases. But he feels he can go up there and sway at least one juror. Now, he's not that far off on saying that. He doesn't have to sway all 12, just one. If he can get up on the stand and say, you see how they doing me? You see? And all of a sudden, I got all these I've been doing business in New York for blank, 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 and I've been doing this, and no one has sued me. All of a sudden, I run for president, and I get all of these cases against me.
But you said that they still got to use the law. They still have to sit there and justify.
The jurors do.
The jurors have to go everything, because there's things what they'll say when they say something. I object. Throw that out.
Right.
The jury does not need to hear that, or don't. So they go every recording of what's going on and the laws and how he's had broken those things. They sit and look at it. So I'm hoping and praying that even if he's trying to get one or two to be on his side,
only need one,
that they can still look at him saying, yeah, he did break the law. He did lie about this, or he did inflate that.
Yeah.
I can't help him on that one.
Well, we'll see.
So we'll see.
We'll see if Dodo Bird gets up and talks. He's already pretty much lost the case, so
we'll see.
But we'll see. Every person is innocent until proven guilty. Even though his lawyer, Michael Cohen, went to jail for the same exact thing.
Same thing.
So if his lawyer goes to jail for it,
how do you justify for him getting off, though?
They won't be able to.
See? If your lawyer goes to jail for
and gonna testify against you, saying that you knew what you was doing. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see. Okay.
We know she's gonna get on the stand. And you know what? Exactly what I said last time. They said she wasn't even going to do a case against him, but he kept calling her Horse-Face Daniels. He kept talking about her. And she got mad and said, you know what?
My horse, you didn't have no problem with my horse face in that hotel room that night.
And they said one of the star witnesses, they can't tell you who the prosecutor's not going to tell you who the witnesses are. They said it might be Melania.
You think?
They may call Melania to the stand. They said that'll be the worst day. My mother always wanted to know when his worst days are in trial.
They were saying
that would be one of his worst days.
They were trying to say the husband-wife privilege thing.
Not for
this.
If
he can't. It was something that he can't do with that whole wife-husband thing. But we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, so they may call her up.
And she has to say, yes, I was pregnant. And he
wasn't coming home. Well, he never came home. So, yeah. But we'll see what happens. Okay. I find it funny though that DJ Academics went and interviewed Don Jr.
Why did DJ Academics?
He's a Trumpster, but he went and interviewed Don Jr. And you know what? It's so funny. I don't know if other people picked up on this, but I did. When he was talking to him and he was saying about how his father, he loves his father. He's on his father's side and they're railroading his father, all that stuff. DJ Academics asked him about how did they grow up. And he said, we grew up with regular values. We had to work. It wasn't like they gave us a silver spoon. He said, my mother came from harsh conditions. So she pretty much instilled all of that into us. Everything he was saying was his mom, not the dad. And then he said, were you close to your dad or something like that? He said, I didn't get close to my dad till I graduated from business school. That's exactly what his mom said in the book.
She did.
She said he didn't even talk to them until they graduated from college. Isn't it funny that his son tried to not say it, but he said it? I don't know if anybody else picked up on that.
Why did he not lie?
I don't know if anybody else picked up on that. I picked up on that in that Academics interview.
So his mom
he said, I started getting to talk to my dad when I graduated business school.
Think about it, though.
And that's exactly what the mom said, who fell down the stairs.
But Barron, you don't see Barron.
He don't talk to Barron.
Barron is with his mom. Like his other kids.
I believe, and this is all conspiracy theory, his wife was writing a book, his ex-wife. And she was putting a lot of stuff in there that was not good about him. And he told her to stop it. And she did. But I don't think she got rid of that book. So she fell down the stairs.
I don't know. He may have had her burned it. Who knows? Because he don't
and
want
got buried in the backyard.
Right in her with
her no tombstone. Where's the book?
Yeah, it was a was it a tell-all book?
Tell-all book.
Yeah.
Where's the book, y'all?
Well, you know he gonna shut that down.
Where's the book, Trumpsters?
He's a hustler.
Where's the book? Where's the book?
I'm a hustler, baby.
All right. Okay. So that's the end of him.
Okay.
So we'll see how this trial goes. And I'm surprised my mother, Ma, I'm surprised you didn't tell me the latest story. You kept talking about how they said he don't smell good. They say he keeps passing gas. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say that.
He must
people complaining in the courtroom he's passing gas.
He must have a messy diet.
What?
And he's not eating right. He's eating a lot. If he likes KFC, that alone would make you gassy.
So he's falling asleep. He's falling asleep and passing gas.
My God.
You can't say nothing else about Joe Biden.
Leave Sleepy Joe alone.
You know what Joe Biden is going to say?
What?
He's going to say, I trip over sandbags on stage, but I don't pass gas and clear the stage.
Or fall asleep doing this.
My wife likes to stand next to me. Watch. I smell like Brute by Fabergé.
Brute.
Or Old English. What's some old,
Old Spice?
Old Spice. I smell like Old Spice.
Oh, they're still selling that
You
too.
smell like old lice.
Yeah. Old mice. Oh my God. He's not eating right because he's gained weight.
How disgusting you gotta be for somebody to report that.
Thank you.
That you passing gas in the courthouse. And you want to be the next president of the United States. No, absolutely not.
You're going to stink up the Oval Office. Okay.
And you talking about Biden. He said Biden stunk up the Oval Office.
He can't talk about nobody.
He said the desk smell like boo-boo. Trump.
Why are you saying all this and you the one?
You guys think I'm lying? Look it up. The next supposed to be the next president said this president's desk smells like boo-boo. Trump did, but not know anyone else. You see how tacky they are?
Yeah, that's
how tacky is that?
That's a Marjorie Taylor Greene move. Just stupid. Make comments about people's smell and body odors and stuff. Okay.
So yeah, Ma, you didn't tell me that story. Okay. He's passing gas.
And falling asleep. He has the I can't help it. Jeez. Okay.
Can you imagine that? Whew. I want a big gush of wind to come in and blow his hair up. All right. 50 Cent.
What 50
Cent? Go, shorty.
It's your birthday.
We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip a Cardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up that it's your birthday.
Party in the club.
So the biggest troller in the world, 50 Cent.
What are you doing now?
50 Cent expands his film and TV empire by launching a G-Unit Studios in Louisiana. He's following in the steps of Tyler Perry, creating his own studio. The rapper unveiled his production facility in Shreveport. I always say it wrong. Shreveport. You know how to say it. Louisiana. It's a big name. You know it. You don't know how to say it either. And was honored with his own day by the city's mayor. On Thursday, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson unveiled his G-Unit students in Louisiana, where he'll continue to expand his film and TV projects. As someone who has always believed in the transformative power of music, film, and television, I'm beyond excited to introduce the expansion of my G-Unit film and television through the launch of G-Unit Studios right here in Shreveport. I'll just say Shreveport. That's not how you say it. Jackson told Billboard. He additionally noted that establishing G-Unit Studios, why do you keep saying the name of the place and I can't say it? In Shreveport It's not just a business decision. It's a commitment to fostering talent, he said. Mm-hmm. Creating opportunities and building a community that thrives through creativity and innovation. We see this place as a beacon of inspiration and creativity. That's it. Look at that. All of that. Oh, dang. I messed up the... Oh, that's it. Hold on.
That's his facility?
That whole thing. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. All
it's not no building.
All right, 50 Cent. There's a bunch of buildings.
It's like a block. The whole block.
And it's various buildings, probably like your normal in California, those little... And not just the... what do you call those when they have different studios? To
what? Go ahead, keep talking.
Different studios like Desi Studios and the studios in California, Hollywood Studios, and it would be this big old acres of property where you go to that studio and you'll film that cowboy picture, or you do this studio, you have a game show like that, and all of that property belongs to a company or whatever. So this is all his. So he is following in it's kind of blurred.
That's what I said. He following in
Tyler
Perry's.
Okay.
He followed in Tyler Perry's footsteps. Isn't that nice?
That's nice.
Look at that.
Okay.
That's the studio.
So it's called G Unit.
It's called
G Unit Studios.
What did I say?
I think it's G Unit.
G Unit Studios.
Mm-hmm. G Unit Studios.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And it's in
Shreveport,
Louisiana. Okay.
You know I can't say the name. Shreveport. I don't know how to say it. So they're excited. I think like I said, he's following in the footsteps of Tyler Perry. I love that.
Now, he's not doing as many shows, but
he has some coming up. He has some coming up. And he wants to do movies. Oh. So now he has a studio. He can do his movies too.
That's good.
I love it. Okay, and I love that it's there. And I love that it's going to bring money into that area, into Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And it's going to bring, they said he's looking to buy apartment buildings and restaurants, because when the celebrities come to film, he wants them to have a place to stay.
Okay.
And eat. Okay. So he's going to be buying restaurants.
He's treating them like he's been treated, how he likes to be treated.
He's buying restaurants and he's buying apartment complexes.
Okay.
That's the way to do it, 50 Cent.
Thank you. And just to think, this man has had a life scare.
He said I went from trolling people on the internet to owning my own studio.
Thank you.
He's still trolling people on the internet.
I know.
He's not doing it as much though, because you're a studio owner. That's why.
Hopefully he'll be better at this. Well, Elon and them
Elon is still stupid.
They still do crazy stuff.
So you can still be a billionaire.
So be a knucklehead billionaire.
So I love it. I support it.
Film and Television Inc.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
G Unit.
G Unit. So very proud of you, Curtis.
Okay.
Very proud. And I know he's grown because he didn't dive into this Rick Ross and Drake thing. Normally he would say more. He just said a little bit, but normally he would be really riding Rick Ross.
Uh-huh.
But I think because he has the studio going on, he's like, I'm gonna relax a little bit.
Okay.
So
all right.
Another rapper in the news, NBA YoungBoy.
I don't know him.
You don't know NBA YoungBoy?
Nope. Where's he from?
Baton Rouge, I guess. Louisiana. I don't know.
Louisiana too?
I hate when you ask me stuff. I don't know.
You want me to add? Look.
Yeah. I think he's from Baton Rouge.
Where is NBA YoungBoy from?
I think he's from Baton Rouge. Is that what it says?
Well, you talking over it, so it had messed it up.
I believe he's from Baton Rouge. Either Baton Rouge or New Orleans.
Where is NBA YoungBoy from?
Mm-hmm. Baton Rouge? Yeah, I was close. Okay.
Okay.
Because he got that, Herman. He talks like that.
Like Master P and all of them?
No, that's, more like Boosie from Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So we stuck up rapper and we still in Louisiana. We went from 50 Cent studio in Louisiana and now we're on NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
Now NBA YoungBoy was under house arrest. Okay. And he was the only one so far, it's not a lot of people who beat RICO charges, FBI RICO charges.
Oh,
he actually beat an FBI RICO.
How?
Because
that probably showed that he wasn't involved.
No, he was.
Well, how did he beat
This is how they got him. He was filming a rap video. And he had, in the rap video, they was using guns, real guns. And he's not supposed to have guns. He had other felonies. Plus, you're not supposed to have them if they registered and all this other
stuff. But he was videotaping it.
It don't matter. You're not supposed to be around real guns.
Oh, okay.
And a neighbor, it was a Gladys.
Or a Karen.
Or a Karen. Well, it was in the hood, so.
Oh, Gladys.
It was a Gladys.
Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Jackson.
Called the police department. Hello, yeah. I see them out there with all that music and hippity hoppity stuff.
Hippity hoppity.
And I see guns. I don't know if they supposed to have it. Can somebody come over and look? So then, so then the police came over and looked. They saw that it was real guns. So they detained everybody, I guess, and got a search warrant so that they can search the property. And they searched the property and they found the guns and stuff. So they booked him and he's in trouble. That's when he was running. I don't know if you remember that. We showed that. And he did a chase scene. They had the helicopter and everything, and he was driving. He got out the car and started running. They was chasing him. No. A whole chase scene, and they got him. He was hiding behind the car and all this stuff.
For real, though?
Yes, in real life.
Not a video of it.
No,
this
it was real.
Really like chasing him.
And they got him. And so he was getting ready to go up the river for a RICO charge. And they got him. They went file whatever. Well, they found he has good lawyers. The search warrant, they didn't see him with the gun.
Right.
But on the camera, the film footage that was being shot showed him holding the guns on the video footage.
Okay.
That wasn't admissible in court because when they got the search warrant, I didn't know they couldn't use the camera. You got to get a search warrant for all electronics and all that stuff. Oh, that's what they did with Diddy. They made sure they got a different search warrant.
They had a search warrant just for
to search the premises.
But
not
that
the camera. You can't use a camera with footage in it. I didn't know that.
Oh, apparently, so I thought your search warrant. Well, that was messy on them because your search warrant should have included the camera first.
Well, they didn't think about the camera.
Duh.
No, they didn't think about the camera.
The camera is what he was using to film other people holding guns.
So they tried to tell the judge, "You right, judge. So we got the search warrant now. It came after you did the arrest. Yeah. You can't get a search warrant. Threw it out. So anything found on that camera is thrown out."
Because I watched Law and Order, and they say go get a search warrant for his computer.
Right. So
they were specific.
Right.
Okay.
So the judge threw anything that had to do with that camera out. Well, the police department, FBI, was upset about that because they knew he was a criminal. So they asked for an extenuation of the case. The judge allowed that because they wanted to gather more evidence. Mm-hmm. It was really just to they know that he gonna get in trouble again. That's all it was.
Just watch him.
That's all they knew. So they put him on house arrest, and that's why everybody said you heard NBA YoungBoy on house arrest awaiting his trial. Mm-hmm. This dude on house arrest. He's hooked on drugs.
You think?
Yeah, he needs help
because of what he's doing.
No, he's hooked on drugs. Period. So he's on house arrest, and you can't be on drugs or have anything while you're on house arrest. Apparently, allegedly, he was calling in this prescription drug, which is still a drug that you can use with other stuff, and pretending to be an old lady, 71-year-old lady.
Yeah.
And he wrote it. He called in and pretended to be the doctor, allegedly. And they've been doing this. The pharmacist finally caught on because the phone number didn't match like the address. It's like you having a Chicago address and your phone number is like 708 or something. Mm-hmm. You would be like, most people who live in Chicago don't have 708. They have 312 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the pharmacist called the police. Well, no, they called the doctor first. And the doctor said, I never wrote that prescription.
I'm surprised they thought that because a lot of people with cell phones, your number may not necessarily match your location. Because
that's why they called the doctor first.
Because my State Farm person has a Texas number, and he's here.
So it says the Louisiana rapper born Kentrell Deshawn. This is the one that has the baby with Floyd Mayweather's daughter, the little baby. Is a suspect in a large-scale prescription fraud ring, according to police, which says the FBI has identified him as the leader of the NBA street gang from the Louisiana area.
So there is
So they saying they was taking all this stuff and selling it on the street too.
There's a gang that's called NBA?
That's what they're saying.
Wow.
The FBI has classified his associates as gang because their structure, affiliation, and violent behavior. NBA YoungBoy's music is heavily influenced by this behavior and consistently rapping about shooting and killing people, using drugs, and having a strong dislike for law enforcement. So basically, they got him. I think it was a 63 counts or something. They arrested him.
Finally,
they went to the house he was staying at under house arrest, and they arrested him. So he's not even under house arrest anymore.
So he would have been okay had he not done the
if he would have just stayed out of trouble.
Narcotics.
But they knew that's why they let it go. They said, okay,
we'll get you next time.
Can we just put him on house arrest, and then we'll try to see if we'll drop the case if we need to. They knew if they left him on house arrest, he was going to do something.
No good. Don't you know no good? Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they should do for a lot, because it's unfortunate, though. Like I told you, the prosecutor in that situation with not getting a warrant for the right things, they would have been mad at those cops.
Yeah.
Why you didn't get a warrant for his camera?
Thank you.
Because we wouldn't have to deal with even trying to continue to follow him.
With Diddy, they did cameras, everything.
Everything. They made sure they had a checklist with Diddy.
Kimberly Colbert said, love watching y'all. Thanks, Kim. Emerald said, sounds like Shreveport. I still can't say it. Shreveport. SHREEVPORT.
Shreveport. That sounds familiar.
And Ronald Coy said, love you ladies. Y'all keep it real. Thanks.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport, Louisiana. Okay, I'll go with that.
So this dude, I'm assuming he's young.
Yeah, he's still young.
And you know his music? Are you aware of his music?
Well, he has a song with DDG, I know, but he has other songs.
And see, that's the thing I don't like. The background of DDG and who he is, even with Haley now. Haley. I don't like when they associate with people like this guy. Because that can get him in trouble.
He don't hang with him or nothing.
I don't care. Because even sometimes you got to be careful who you even doing music with. True. Yeah. So be real careful, DDG. Now that you're a father, don't be hanging with anybody just even for musical reasons.
So there you go. It said during the investigation, they've been investigating him. Police say they received a call from Gwendolyn Cox, one of the alleged aliases used to order the prescription. The caller mixed up the names of the aliases, giving police the last name White, and could not give an age when asked, according to police. The affidavit said it was very clear that a fake voice was being used and sounded as though she was a much younger male from the Southern. It was him. Hello, my name is Gwendolyn White. I thought your name was Gwendolyn Cox. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so old. My name is Gwendolyn Cox. And I gotta pick up my prescription. How old are you, Gwendolyn? I can't remember. I'm so old. I don't even know.
I'm 96.
You sound like NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy.
I never heard of that. Oh Lord.
He sound like a good fella. That sound like a nice name.
Has he done this before?
He's a young boy, right? He can't do no harm to nobody. Well, you sound like him, ma'am. Well, I know I'm not him. Isn't he locked up somewhere in the house doing nothing but taking care of his old kids and his wife? Well, I thought you didn't know who he was. I read something.
I'm surprised he didn't have a grandmother to even play the thing. Like, Grandma, call for me. Grandma, can you get this prescription? What you doing? Grandson? Grandma, I just need you to call. But he pretending to be the senior.
Who's your doctor? My doctor, his name is Dr. Cosby. That's not what's on the prescription. Hold on for a second. Who did you put down for the doctor?
It's Dr. Johnson.
It's Dr. Johnson. Oh. Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to look. I had to put my glasses on. His name is Dr. Johnson.
That's far away from Cosby.
Gwendolyn? Yes, sir. If you go look outside your house, it's about 100 police officers ready to crash through your door. What? Ready to crash through my door? Why?
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
I gotta go.
This man, yeah, he needs to maybe learn a lesson and just be locked up.
Ain't no lesson. That's it.
No, just hopefully he'll learn a lesson and to be locked up because he has a history, right? RICO charges and all. I don't know him, so I can't really feel sorry for him.
All he had to do is just stay out of trouble.
That's hard for him to do if that's all that's in his system.
Well, he's no different than Comb Over, isn't he?
Mm-mm. No.
But see, they'll talk about him. The same people that'll talk about him will make excuses for Comb Over. But both of them be hoodlums. How about that?
Well, the fact that they both are breaking the law.
But one has a different complexion.
But you know what?
So his law, he not breaking no real bad laws.
But I'm going to tell you now.
Nobody was hurt.
The conversation they had on Today's View with Senator Menendez, is that his name?
Yeah.
A lot of people a few people at the table say we know him personally. He's a good man and he's worked well with us and he had helped me get bills passed and he's very well spoken with the whole foreign committee and all of that, just all the good. And with that being said, it's just not that I'm condoning what he's done. I just need to understand if all that is coming his way and what he's being accused of is real. Sometimes people can't separate. They always think because a person does well with you and they do good as far as they're smart, they make good decisions, they're good with their job. That don't mean that they can still have lack of integrity and still steal and
you can still be there were some mob bosses that people in the neighborhood like.
Yes.
So what is Bumpy? Bumpy wasn't the hoodlums, the mobsters in Harlem.
Bud Hewitt, he was
they liked him.
A mobster. He was friends with Malcolm X.
There's a lot of mobsters that people like.
Dated his daughter. I didn't know that until I know listening to Wendy do the thing with Queen last week made me go and watch Hoodlum, and then learn more about these guys. They fun. People love hanging with them, but they sold drugs and stuff. Okay. So people like. You gotta admit they like Comb Over.
Yeah, they like Comb Over.
They like Comb Over. So
okay, I'll talk about Shine Monday.
Okay.
Y'all know Shine and Diddy. We'll talk about that Monday.
I don't know them, but I know Diddy. But
okay. You always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is. Mm-hmm. Now, last time we did a story about these two ladies who drove this dead man to the bank and took money out. They put him in the car and tried to pretend like he was alive. So people doing this all the time.
How are they getting away with this? Because can't you tell somebody is not living?
Well, obviously. They said the Brazilian police detained a woman suspected of taking a dead man to withdraw a bank loan. Police in Brazil have detained a woman suspected of wheeling in a dead man who she said was her uncle to the bank to withdraw a 4-figure loan. Wow. Footage of the woman's encounter with the bank has sparked a nationwide discussion in Brazil after going viral on social media. It appears to show the woman at the counter in Rio de Janeiro. I always wanted to go to Rio de Janeiro. At the bank, propping up the man's head of an elderly man in a wheelchair and trying to get his hand to clasp the pen. According to the police, she was attempting to take out a loan of $3,000, which had already been approved by the bank, but they needed the old man to come in to sign the papers.
The old man is dead.
It said he remained unresponsive. His arm is limp and his head keeps falling back.
Like he...
As the loan lady talks to him. Sir, are you going to be able to pay this loan? Oh, you be the person that's be propping me up and stuff.
Oh, that's
I do you, because you don't know how to do me. You the dead person. Okay. Sir, are you going to be able to pay this loan? Sir, can you sign the papers? She didn't think that the loan officer...
I would have beat her down for being that stupid. You just stupid. You gonna bring a dead corpse in. I try to pretend that he's signing the paperwork at the bank. Come on, Uncle. Is that her uncle?
Now your head gotta fall while I'm doing this. Dang it. God dang it.
That woman crazy. That's all I can say. You got a dead man in a chair.
Can you imagine being
I can see if she was in the drive-thru and he on...
Well, that's what the other people did.
Yes.
But can you imagine being the banker and watching this? Can you imagine being the banker and watching this?
I can't understand why she thought that she could get away with this. Because his head was limp. He dead. And she answered the question. The man's eyes are closed.
I think what messed her up is when he had to sign and she had to keep his head up. That's too much. Oops. All right. All right. All right.
Oh God. So by what moment in that did she get caught? That don't make sense.
Well, they called the police.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
That was good though. She is truly a donkey.
Emerald was saying donkey of the day, probably for NBA YoungBoy. Ronald says at Emerald Queen, I was aboard the USS Shreveport, LPD 12. We were a troop transport ship. We were stationed Norfolk, Virginia, Pier 2. Oh, okay. Ronald says Bumpy's predecessor was from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Sure was.
And laugh out loud, y'all ain't right. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. That's just wrong, though. I don't even know what made her think to bring in a dead corpse to try to get money. And the money wasn't even that much.
$3,000.
It wasn't like $1 million, but $3,000, and you trying to get him to sign, and he eyes closed. And
thank you.
It was like that movie. What's that movie that we would always see?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. Yep.
Emerald says my mother was born in Norfolk and my family from Richmond. Then you thank you for your service, Richard. I salute you. Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think Ronald. Yeah, Ronald. Thank you for your service.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So every
forgive
day.
us if we said the city wrong.
I can't never say it.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
We always try to do something funny. Mm-hmm. Every day.
This is a kitty cat.
We always try to do something funny every day. Oh, Ronald said he was a co-signer. Oh, probably on the bank, the thing. Now, you didn't see this.
No.
So I thought it was funny. You can blow it up. Hold on. Okay. We always try to do something funny. And this is a toy that looks like it's in Japan or China. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it's from. But I don't know this writing. Is that Chinese or Japanese? I don't know, y'all. And it's supposed to, he has the food on it to feed the cat. Okay.
It goes back in his mouth to bring it out?
Yeah, so I'll show you. Now look at him. They're gonna keep getting it. I like how he's looking at him. Look at him. Look at him. Side eye.
You're not gonna fool me no more.
I love cats.
Okay.
A dog will keep doing it over and over again.
You'll probably try to grab it real quick. The dog.
But you notice how cats do those side eye. Remember the one with the baby? Bye, 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 bye. And that cat was like, pretending like he was a stuffed animal. And then he was giving the baby the side eye.
Oh, that's the cutest.
They know how to give the side
I
eye.
was like, let me turn this way so you don't see me.
They know how to
love
give
it.
the side eye.
I love it. That's why some people don't like them.
Yeah.
Because they act like people.
All right, so that was it.
That was cute. That was needed.
So, Ma, what do you mean Lenore was laughing too much? Oh, she don't want you to get a cramp.
Yeah, thanks, Ma. I didn't know why you were saying that. Because if I laugh too hard, I get a
You'll
cramp.
get a cramp. You
and I
have to
got to
stand
get up
up
and walk around.
All right, so that was it.
Okay. This is a Friday. Normally we have our little Wendy to end the segment, but
oh yeah, that's why we went
praying
longer.
that she's doing okay. If she's on travel or if anything health related, we just
yeah,
pray
she
for
said
her.
she wasn't gonna be here today to do her story
So
time.
we missed the story time, but I'm glad that she brought that last week's story because I truly went to see look at the movie Hoodlum,
and you saw the new
and
one.
I saw things about it, and I read, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know this about Queen. I didn't know this about Bumpy.
There you go.
I didn't know this about Bud Hewitt.
Okay.
And then some of the things that Luciano and a lot of the, big wigs back then. But interesting how even like when we even look at the American Gangster that Denzel played, what's his name?
I know.
How they were friends with famous people. They mingled with famous folks. So, but yeah, Bud Hewitt, I guess, was friends with Malcolm X, and I think he dated his daughter, but not sure. But other than that, it was interesting because that opened up, information about these gangsters who people like.
Frank Lucas,
that's it. Yeah. And Frank, they was talking about him because Bumpy, I think, was his mentor kind.
Oh, okay.
So, but Frank, to me, even with all of the things that went on back then, because this was like with the drugs and all of that, and then they also had relationships with the mafia. So you had the mafia families interacting as well. Some good, some not so good. But Frank, he had a very unique way of even bringing drugs to the States.
Yeah, that color, that if that's true, what they say.
Yeah,
that
they said he
blue something magic or something, whatever that was.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
But other than that, I missed that though. 100
family friendly jokes. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon.
Okay.
You want to take us out?
Yep. To end this Friday, Father God, we thank you. We give you glory and honor, oh God, and we always just love you for another opportunity, oh God, for this show to be enlightening people and give them, and then these are our opinions on a lot what's going on in the communities, a lot what's going on in our country, as well as in the world. And I'm grateful for those who kind of chime in our chat room, oh God, and give their updates as well and their opinions on things. But I continue to pray over each and every person that is represented in our chat room. And we don't take prayer lightly, oh God, but we know that we give you all the glory and honor for being a part of this show now. Thank you, Emerald, for even suggesting that we pray at the end. But I plead the blood of Jesus over each and every family represented in the chat room. And I just pray that everyone stays safe this weekend and that when we come back for refreshed for the next week, oh God, we just pray that we continue to make people laugh because we know laughter is like medicine, oh God. And and just enjoying ourselves on this platform, oh God, and not to take things so serious. But we give you glory and honor for this day and for the rest of this weekend. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
All right. Amen. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you guys Monday. God say the same. You know, we always say that. The Lord say the same.